John.
And Ronnie.
Back with another video. Hi, folks.
And Joe.
If you didn't see him, Joe is back. A lot of people requested for us to bring Joe back. And look at him. He already started.
What do you say, Joe?
Hi, Joe. Hello, Joe.
He's got stage fright.
All right, he's going to be quiet. Hopefully, until he starts screaming in somebody's ear. So today's video, we had mentioned it. We had explained how we got to 1,000 subscribers, and we just wanted to delve a little bit into it. We came on and we thanked everyone for subscribing, and how much we appreciated it. But we wanted to get into delve into a little bit deeper as to why we were doing it and what hitting 1,000 subscribers actually meant to us. Right, babe?
This is true.
Okay, so one of the questions was why we started the channel.
I think it was my idea, wasn't it?
It was his idea. It was all his idea. Don't be goofy about it.
No, it was my idea.
I know it was your idea, so tell the people what you thought about it, because I wasn't on board with it. I used to do, I think I mentioned it, I used to do videos of us.
Yeah, you were doing little videos of us out
around
and
the
about.
house, out and about. And I would post it on Facebook. And that's pretty much what I did. I wasn't really trying to start a YouTube channel or really do anything like that. But, tell the people.
Well, Ronnie she watched a lot of different people's channels and stuff like that. And I told her, I said, babe, we ought to do our own channel. And she was kind of like, I don't know. That was kind of like you. You were like, I don't know. But I told her, I said, first of all, look at all the things when we're out. We're just having fun. And admittedly, I do say some kind of crazy things. And Ronnie just says, naturally, just humorous.
Yeah, John is very funny, and he's the off-the-cuff type funny. And, he's the type of person who really needs a camera on him all day long, because you just never know. He's just be cutting up, and it's just hilarious stuff that just keeps me cracking up. So when we were out, like we said, our out and about, I used to do the videos, and I would post them online. But when he said, why don't we, he actually said me, but he said, why don't you do a YouTube channel? And I thought, there's no way. I don't think so at all.
Now, why did you feel so hesitant about that?
Because I didn't really, that comes up with another question. I really didn't think, truthfully, I didn't really think anybody really cared about what we had to say or what we were doing on a daily basis. I mean, this is just our life. We're putting it out there. I really didn't think anybody would want to care. So
she did say on one of our very first videos, and I forget which one it was, we had like 100 subscribers, and I said, babe, and she said it when it was taping too. I'm like, say something, we're going to try to get all these subscribers, and we were talking on video about it, and she's like, we don't have a lot of subscribers. We got 6 people watching us.
It was the truth. I mean, but at that time, I was like, if 6 people are interested, maybe 6 more people will be interested.
She was working against me at the beginning.
I was, because he was saying, you got... See, there you go.
Joe?
You got all these subscribers. And I'm like, no, we really don't. So, that's what it ended up being. So, another question was, did we find it difficult to come up with ideas?
I didn't find it difficult, because I'm always thinking about something, and it's funny, because if anybody ever watched like Seinfeld, and when George and Jerry are in there and they're trying to do their show, and they were trying to sell their show to the network, and he's like, well, what's the show about? He says, it's about nothing. And he's like, no, it's got to be about something. He's like, no, it's about nothing. But it's like, to me, like, you can find like the funniest things and stuff, and you can find, if you want to get like real in depth with things as far as different conversations, you can really find some good topics, and you just kind of bring them to life, when you put everything on and you start recording. I really enjoy doing it. I had a sales background for years, and I used to talk to people on the phone, hours, in a day. Not the same person, of course, because I didn't want to fire me. But I used to talk hours to people on the phone, and I laugh and kid and just making regular conversation. And I think, to me, that's what it's about. It's like I told Ronnie, You can have one owner can buy a restaurant, and he can have $1 million a year restaurant or more. 9 other people come in, and the thing doesn't flourish, like 9 different owners. Because I told Ronnie, and we might have, in the beginning of the first few videos we did, we were probably overthinking it. You can't script it. You can't, you just can't script everything and have everything word for word like what you're going to say. You basically just have to be yourself. And it's like I told Ronnie, one of 2 things is going to happen. I actually thought the second thing was going to happen first. One thing, people are going to love you. They're going to be like, hey, look, they're funny, they're natural, they're not put on airs for anybody, they're just themselves. The other thing is going to be, yeah, he's showing his real self, and I don't like him. That's just it. It's like John said, did we find it difficult coming up with ideas? Not really, because we're just showing you who we are. We're being our, authentic selves when we're on here. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Like we said before, we're not for everyone. But, if you're watching, we definitely appreciate it, whether you like it or not. And again, we're just a couple, and we're showing you a little bit of our lifestyle. Yeah,
and
our everyday life.
Our lifestyle, and hopefully, you like it. So, yeah, as far as coming up with ideas, it wasn't like we thought, like John said, it's not scripted or anything. It's not like we said, oh, well, we got to go out to, Giant today, which is a supermarket, and we got to do this and do that. No, because if it's going to be where we have to come up with ideas and try to make things out of nothing, then to me, that's where it becomes a job. And, I don't want a job. I just want to be on here, laugh and giggle and talk about nonsense with my husband, and like I said, hopefully you find some kind of
and a lot of times there are serious things, like we try to bring, like
we do,
like a lot of the stuff that happens us being in a racial couple and stuff, and talk about it, because if I always look at it like this, if our experiences help one other person, and that video was 100% worth making. And I think in some ways it does help other people, because it gives you the perspective that you're not alone. Other people are going through the same thing that you're going through, being in a racial couple. So, I mean, we like to laugh and joke a lot, but, there are serious topics we'd like to talk about too. And, hopefully you guys really enjoy it,
And a lot of times, we laugh and joke through the bad times, because it's just like, you can't take life that seriously.
No.
And, you acknowledge that, but, I think we really try to see the good side of everything, even if it looks like we might be complaining about it, but we're just...
Ronnie likes to complain.
Yeah. I'm not a complainer. I basically say what I have to say, and I'm moving on. If people want to think of that as complaining, fine. Everybody's got a label. You describe things the way you want to describe it. To me, it's not complaining if I'm talking about what it is that's bothering me. I think that's part of the problem. A lot of people don't talk about what's bothering them. They keep it bottled up inside, and then they just explode, and people are looking at them like, what's wrong with you? You're crazy. But if something's bothering you, you need to speak on it. If it's not bothering you, you speak on it.
So it's not complaining. You're more opening up the lines of discussion.
Yeah.
Yes. You like that? Pretty good.
Not bad.
You like that? See, once in a while...
You've been doing your homework.
Babe, I do have a lot of deep thoughts sometimes. I try to keep them hidden a lot, though.
He,
because
okay. He does that. He tries to... I don't know why John always... Listen, I'm not bashing my husband. I'm just saying the way it is. John tries to come off as an imbecile a lot, and he's not. He always tries to make it seem like he doesn't know what's going on. He wants to be, the most non-thinking person in the room, and that's not him. But he always does that, and I tell him sometimes, I'm going to stop talking to you if you don't take this seriously.
But I'm going to tell you, where that comes from? Years ago, I was working for this other company, and when I was working for this other company, the manager said to me, he says, go tell the girl in the office that the paper and the printer isn't printed. She's going to have to come and do it in there and realign it and everything. And I said to him, well, don't you think we should know how to do that? And he looked at me. He said, look, he said, I'm going to tell you something. What's your job here? I said, I do sales. That was minus the mustache and the goatee, by the way. But I was real clean. I was real clean cut. I had no calluses on my hands like now. But he said to me, so what's your job here? I said, I do sales. He said, well, if you go in there or you mess with this thing and figure out how to line the paper, he says, you're not going to be doing sales. He said, act like you don't know what's going on. And he said, she's going to put the paper in every time. But the moral of the story...
Please tell me there's a moral.
The moral of the story is if you seem like you're like at the top of the food chain, then everybody's going to dump their stuff on you and be like, oh, he can do it. I seen him put the paper in. You know, he can stamp a check or mail this or do that. More responsibility comes with more knowledge. Don't act very knowledgeable. Less responsibility. Easier going. What do you think?
I don't know if I agree with that, folks, because I got to tell you, it wears on my nerves sometimes. And I just told him I'm not talking. If you keep this up, I'm just not going to talk to you.
She will stop talking.
I will. Oh, I will stop talking.
In a heartbeat.
Real quick and in a hurry.
Yep.
So, well, this is kind of like piggybacking on the other part. Did we ever think we would get to 1,000 subscribers?
I was going to say, you were easy. She's going to say, no.
Not at all, because, again, I just thought, you know, when we got to 10, I was happy. When we got to 100, I was happy. I thought, oh my God, 100 people are interested in what we have to say. Are you kidding me? So, no, I never thought at all. And then, I guess that kind of, the flip on that is, or the same thing with that is negative people. Negative people around us, and it wasn't anybody negative in me. It was all John.
My
was
son.
I about negative people?
Well, how was your mom? Because I never really heard your mom say anything about it.
Mom was on board. My mom is basically on board with anything I do. I mean,
she don't watch our videos, so
she doesn't. But she is subscribed. But my mom just does her own thing, you know. And now that she's kind of like laid up in the bed all the time, she really does her own thing. So, you know, I'm not upset that she doesn't watch, but tell them about the negative Nancys in your camp.
No, gotta go with son first. My son, when I told him that we were starting a channel, he's like, Dad, no one is going to want to watch your channel. He says, you're not famous. I said, we don't have to be famous. I said, we're telling our life story. That's basically, in essence, that's what we are. We're telling our life story. You know, we laugh and joke a lot because it's like Ronnie said, life is so serious with a lot of the stuff going on today in this world. Who wants to just be all serious all the time? You
Life
know?
is short, too.
Yeah, and I think you should be serious. We do serious topics, but at the same time, we have a lot of laugh and joking in between because to me, you got to have both. You just can't have half, you know?
Yeah.
But my son, he was definitely, I would say he was a negative Nancy.
He was, and even now, like, well, now that we've reached 1,000, John sticks it to him every chance he gets. He's like,
current updates last week, I did tell him we're over 1,600 subscribers. So I keep giving him, high five, babe. I keep giving him, every time I give him an update, I'll be like, 2 more subscribers.
And Joe was happy. Joe celebrated.
Yeah, Joe celebrated.
We're gonna show that.
Yeah,
Joe celebrated.
We're gonna have a picture up in the corner of him.
We'll just have a picture on the screen of Joe and his celebration.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then we had a neighbor too because.
Yeah. That was Rob.
Yeah, we had a neighbor that didn't think that. What was his?
He basically just said he didn't believe in the whole social media thing. He was, I guess, anti-social media, you know.
Okay.
But he was real negative with it. I'm trying to think who else. There was somebody else too. There were 3 people, I think. Wasn't there a third person? I thought there was a third person. We didn't tell my side of the family, basically, other than my son, because we talk about them.
And they don't like John.
Yeah.
I didn't really have anybody like in my camp, like my cousins and my friends or whatever. They always comment, and their comments have always been positive and things like that. I tried one time I thought it'd be cool to. I was riding along with my my best friend Penny, and I said, "Oh, I want to do a video," and she was like, "No, no, no, don't." No, I don't even know what made me try to even sneak that in there, because we laugh about this, and Penny and I have been friends since I was 18. But if anybody, like, whatever the latest and greatest is, Penny will be on board with that 20 years after it's the latest and greatest. So she doesn't, she just won't do it. I don't think she has a Facebook account, and she just doesn't do anything when people do it. It's like she's the latest and greatest. She's 20 years down the line. She's like, "Did you know that they had Facebook?" You know, that's how she is. So I don't even know why I tried to put that in there. Hey, let's do a video. And I thought it would be cool. And she was like, "No, not me." So I was like, okay, not gonna work with her. So anyway, another question was, do we find it hard to be on social media? I guess that would go to the point of, do we think us putting our life out here on social media, how it's going to be perceived, how people think of us as a couple, how if people get something valuable from it, or is it like the trolls that are just out there to just, cause havoc and say negative things? And I think we touched on this before. I don't really think we find it hard, because like we said, we're just being ourselves. So it shouldn't be hard to be yourself. Maybe when we first started, maybe getting in front of the camera, when I look back on some of those videos, I see where Sean.
Did you call me Sean?
I see where John.
That's a combination of Schultz and John.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
No, you do that all the time. When's the last time I called somebody by half and half a name?
You call Schultz Sean all the time.
Yeah, but you converted. You took the first half of Schultz, and then you took the end half of John.
Sean.
No, you said Sean.
Yeah.
Schultz, Sean.
No.
I think you were going with Schultz.
No, I was going with Sean.
Okay, what were we going to say about Sean?
Now I don't even know what I was going to say, because he done got me all discombobulated. But I'm saying, you really did get me discombobulated.
Yeah,
I don't even know where
confused.
I was going. But what were we saying?
You were talking as far as it being hard with the whole social media thing.
Well, okay, now.
Yeah, there you go.
Brain fart. But the thing is, when we look back on the older videos, and I think when John started, he was a little nervous. And that's anything. If you're not used to being in front of a camera, like he said, he did sales, he's used to talking, but nobody had like a camera right on you, like say it this way or do that and that type of thing. And when we started, and even now, we pretty much, we'll have a topic that we want to discuss, but we're kind of like flying by the seat of our pants all the time. If we have questions, we'll write them down or have them on the board or something, and we'll discuss it. But it's pretty much just us sitting down, having a heart-to-heart discussion, or just talking about stuff. That's basically what we do.
think that's better than if we were to stand here and script things out and spend hours scripting out topics and trying to find the right answer for the right question.
Yeah.
I think it's better, just like what Ronnie said, be yourself. Now when we started, like Ronnie, she was just a natural. She was like Ronnie Carson.
I don't know. I look back on them and I just thought it was just, again, me talking. I don't remember being nervous, and I'm not nervous now or anything. I don't know. It felt like with the camera in front of me, it felt like I was just talking to a friend. That's how I approached it. If we were talking about our relationship, or things that go on, or things that happen in the everyday world, I just thought of it, or took it like I'm just talking to my best friend, and the camera's my best friend. So if that came off natural, that's just because that's just how I am. And that's how I approached it. It wasn't like I got all stage fright because there was a camera in front of me. I was just thinking, I'm just talking.
And see, for me, like Ronnie, I wasn't nervous. I was more like, I think in the beginning, about just afraid to make a mistake. And one night after we did a video, I was sitting there thinking to myself, and I'm like, what is the problem? Well, the problem is you're afraid of, saying something and it not coming out right or something. And then I sit there thinking, all through the course of the day I'm working with my son, and customers, I'm always saying something that doesn't sound right. So why would I be intimidated by making a video?
Right. And then why is it a mistake? We think it's not a mistake.
Like
it's
a
just
blooper.
natural.
Yeah.
It could be a blooper.
But bloopers are funny. Look at Ronnie. She forgot what she was saying, and she was like,
yeah. So it's like, why would I edit that out?
Yeah.
That's just me.
It's funny though.
The older you get, your brain just goes. Ooh. So,
don't worry, babe. You have me here to help you out through the older years. There.
I tell John all the time. I'm going to share this with you guys. I told John I'm going to have somebody take care of me when I'm older, and I love him to death. But
Babe, you have somebody. I will take care of you.
I love my husband, but it's not John.
Nope. I will take care of you.
I'm gonna have to put it in a living will or something where I'm gonna have to need somebody to take care of me.
Babe, I can take care of you. I can do your hair. Look, I did my own hair. Look. It looks great.
I told him to take the cap off because he's got a nice little do going on under there. He wants to slap the cap on all the time.
No, I gotta wash it. I gotta style it. I gotta do stuff to poof it up.
You guys get in the comments and tell John to take the hat off sometimes so you can see what his hair looks like.
I got hat head right now.
That's because I told you not to put the hat on.
Yeah, it's all that's from today. We were out.
And it just went upstairs a few minutes ago. His hair looked great.
Great.
And I said, don't put the hat on.
You can tell
I'm
she's
put my hat on. No, because I told him. John is a goofy.
She looks great.
I told him. I said, I'm not going to have you on the camera looking crazy.
I can't trust.
So I said,
sometimes you say things that look good, and I got to look back and be like, I don't know.
No, he knows I'm not going to have him on here looking crazy. If there's something wrong, he knows I'm not going to have him on here accentuating his bad side or something. I would never do that.
No, not the bad side. And I would definitely give her that. But sometimes I still got to question her judgment. Now,
why?
Our next door neighbor, that's even funnier. When he started cutting grass, his ex-wife now, but it was his wife then, she made him wear a little cowboy hat with a string on it underneath his chin. And he was going out cutting grass with this little straw hat. Rob, if you're watching, sorry, but I got to tell that story.
Well, it's funny.
It was funny, and I never seen a grown man wearing a one with a little string up underneath his chin.
And with the I mean, it's not that was bad.
That wasn't a good look, babe.
I mean,
that wasn't good.
Maybe not for him, but that
it wasn't that it was a bucket hat. He literally was wearing a straw hat with a little.
It wasn't straw.
No, babe, it was a straw hat.
Oh, okay.
He was wearing a straw hat with a little string underneath of it. That was. For him, that was a bad look. Other people might be able to take that look and do something with it. That was not a good look for him.
That was questionable. I didn't know it was a straw hat.
Yeah,
I thought it was just a canvas hat.
No, it was a straw. No, I've seen people with bucket hats. They don't look bad with the string under them.
Would you wear it?
I would wear one. Yeah.
Because I was going to get you one like this.
I want one.
That he has is one of the ones that you put in the water and you wring it out and you shake it and it keeps your head cold.
Keeps your head
cool.
I
figure that would be good for him when he's out working because I had the thing you put around your neck. And they had the bucket hats with the canvas with the strings, and I was going to get him that, but since he made such a big deal about Rob and whatever, I thought that he wasn't going to wear it.
That wasn't that style hat.
I didn't know it was straw. I didn't know he was out there.
I had a hat like that when
Susie
I was like about 6 years
hat.
old. I think my parents got me that little cowboy hat with a little string underneath.
He just takes it to the nth degree.
No.
And he wasn't wearing like a cowboy hat.
He was wearing a round
and all that kind of stuff. That would actually be a good video because John's got some stories, and I guess I do too. So yeah, we should do a video on crazy kid things we did when we was a kid. So all right, so that's pretty much we did one. Like I said, we wanted to come on with a little bit more in depth about a discussion about our 1,000 subscribers and what got us to this point, and why we want getting used to the camera. So we may start including him a little bit more. You probably want to know he's back there now that the fish tank isn't back of us because he kind of blends in.
Yeah.
I don't think if we pointed to him. See, Joe, that's not nice. That's not nice.
And see, he's
He
laughing. He's laughing.
I told you there was somebody in him. I told you before. This thing's been here before.
Yeah.
That was not nice, Joe. Oh,
What you got to say?
I don't. You were being bad. I was just about to say you were being a good boy. Now you're bad.
Go ahead, say. Wow. Yeah, you want to say it.
On that note,
Stage fright.
on that note, we're gonna end the video because he's just crazy. But yeah. So
And we did this video too. This is July 3rd. So I want to wish everybody who celebrated 4th of July happy 4th of July.
happy 4th of July, everyone. Do cookouts. Be safe. Please be safe because it's a crazy world out there. Have fun, but be safe. And until next time,
God bless you all.
peace and love. Bye, everybody.
Choke.